Rob Colball. Today is October 5th, 2017, and the speech password is popcorn. First, I'd like to thank my audience for being here and supporting me throughout the speech. Today's topic I'm going to discuss about how the American Red Cross is helping victims of the most recent hurricanes. The most recent hurricanes that has been impacting the U.S. territory of Puerto Rico would be Hurricane Irma and Hurricane Maria. First, I'd like to discuss briefly on Hurricane Irma and how that was impacting the people of Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. So it was a category 4 hurricane, and then turned to a category 5 before making landfall. According to the National Hurricane Center, it was category 5. And when it hit the U.S. Virgin Islands, it caused devastation there. It went to Puerto Rico and caused devastation in Puerto Rico by knocking electricity for over 80,000 people, according to the Puerto Rican Electrical Power Authority. And then, shortly after, Hurricane Maria came along, which caused much devastation to the territory, and further limited the efforts for supports that were already going on. So the American Red Cross was already performing support for victims from Hurricane Irma, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and now had to move over to Puerto Rico to help people that were impacted by Hurricane Maria. People were impacted in many different ways. The few ways that they were impacted were that electricity was out for the whole island. The whole power grid was completely destroyed. People were displaced. They had to evacuate from the houses due to flooding, due to mass devastation in general, this wind damage, and all kinds of problems that hurricanes give. And the Red Cross came along with partnership from different people and different organizations such as the Salvation Army and other humanitarian groups. And the things that they're supporting with is electricity, such as they're providing generators for people in need in these communities. According to the American Red Cross organization, they said they're helping over 65 communities with electrical power and communications. So people were without communications, without cell phones, without any means to contact loved ones around from either the mainland or for any other place. So the American Red Cross gave satellite cell phones to people who are in need in these communities so they can have communication to the rest of the world. Another way that Red Cross has been helping people is through medical. They have provided doctor care since the hospitals were without any means of helping others, or since people were in desperate need to survive. And the ways that Red Cross was helping for that is providing these medical care through doctors who needed to perform different procedures. And they also helped out with mental support by helping those who were impacted through this hurricane. They needed this mental support and spiritual support as well. And some of the items that they've been helping with medical and these communities were cleaning supplies, such as insect repellents. Puerto Rico is located in a very tropical place. They had a lot of bugs and diseases that could spread around there. Without any repellent, any type of aid, they're not able to get to these people. Another way that the Red Cross was helping these people in need is with food and water. Food and water in these situations, since water supplies were limited and food items were also limited as well, since there was no electricity, no means to get around, and much flooding around areas. For example, they had an area in Puerto Rico that had a dam breach and that had evacuated 20,000 people, according to different government agencies. According to the government agency, they have been many evacuations for products like these. And because Puerto Rico was already facing financial crisis beforehand, this injustices that has impacted them financially. So the American Red Cross came along and donated over $100,000, according to their websites, to Puerto Rico to help these people in aid. And throughout this aid, they're able to provide these items, such as food, water, such as shelter, emergency shelters for these communities, such as the electric generators for communities and these shelters, so they can provide these medical and aid for everybody. And with these partnerships with different organizations, such as Salvation Army, and different other organizations as well, there's a few others that helped with this, and all this together has provided a lot of aid and a lot of support for people, and in result, it is our responsibility to also help in this. The ways that we can help with this aid is by donations. So American Red Cross basically is a volunteer program that helps disaster relief communities, that helps different communities such as Puerto Rico. And it's an international organization that has been doing this for many years. And without the financial aid people can provide, such as you, me, and everyone here, without that aid, this organization cannot help those in need. And overall, it is our responsibility to aid in this, and the way that we could do so is by donating. The way we could donate to this organization